Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Izyani Mistar from Kolej Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan. I would like to present my paper entitled The New Norms of Digital Learning, the Correlation Between Students' Expectations and Concerns Towards Achieving Excellence in English DE 023. The study was conducted to examine the expectations of fourth semester system program session 2021-2022 students at Negeri Sembilan Matriculation College on the achievement of the continuous assessment CE of the English course DE 023 and their concerns on DE 023 course in the new norms of digital learning. It is clearly seen that our education system now has largely moved forward to a modern way of learning called digital learning. This revolution has made all educators to make changes to their mode of teaching by exploring to various online teaching tools. Some background of the study has found out that the improvement of the social status has evolved in many aspects, including the education system, where the MOE considers that English is a subject that is a must to be passed starting in 2016. Moreover, Dickinson mentioned that many educators could see the importance of having numerous strategies in teaching and learning in order to reach the education goals, regardless of whether any teaching delivery methods is adopted. And the last one is based on the 21st century learning framework, where it encompasses various aspects of knowledge that involve from input the teachers, educators, and business leaders to define and describe the skills and knowledge that are needed for the students to succeed in employment, life, and etc. The problems occurs where the course is a compulsory subject for all programs in matriculation colleges, and it becomes an important subject for the MUET exam. Besides, the new English course syllabus for the matriculation programs started these sessions. Besides, it also has a change to the course assessment level criteria based on the CEFR aligned. At the same time, it is a new beginning to the online teaching and learning approaches also happen this session. Thus, it makes the students need to be very independent and responsible for their own studies. There are three research objectives that has been highlighted. The first one is to identify the differences of students' expectations on the DE 023 continuous assessment achievement at the end of the semester 2. Second one is to identify the correlation between the students' expectations on the DE 023 continuous assessment achievement with the concerns about the course at the end of the semester 2. And the last one is to identify the correlation between the students' expectations on the course achievement at the end of the semester 2. And as well as their expected continuous assessment grade at the course of DE 03. There are three research questions for this research. The first one is to test the mean difference between the two groups. This is to find out whether is there any difference of students' expectations on DE 023 continuous assessment achievement at the end of the semester based on gender. The second one is to test a correlation. It is to find out whether is there a correlation between the students' expectations on the course achievement with the concerns about the DE 023 course at the end of the semester. And the last one is to test a correlation whether is there a correlation between the students' expectations on the course continuous assessment achievement with the expected continuous assessment grade of the course at the end of the semester. This research is conducted to test these three hypotheses. For the hypothesis null 1 is there was no significant difference of students' expectations on the DE 023 continuous assessment achievements at the end of the semester based on gender. The second hypothesis null is there was no significant correlation between the students' expectations on the DE 023 continuous assessment achievements with the concerns about the course at the end of the semester. And the third hypothesis null is that there was no significant correlation between the students' expectations on DE 023 continuous assessment achievements with their expected CA grade of the course at the end of the semester. Three-dimensional focus has been highlighted as for the conceptual framework, where we are going to have a look at the DE 023 continuous assessment achievement level. After that is the level of their concerns over the DE 023 course and what are the expected continuous assessment grade for the DE 023 course. All these three dimensions is reflected to the new norms of digital learning. The research design for this paper has used both quantitative and the qualitative kind of data. For the quantitative, it is an appropriate descriptive analysis to determine the frequency and percentage of the research demographic profile, and the data is obtained through a set of questionnaire instrument to the samples. For the qualitative, it is through an observation on the interaction between the researcher with the SES students during the Q&A session via Telegram application throughout the teaching and the learning process. 147 KMNS students has been chosen to be the sample for this research, and it consists of 34 male students and 113 female students, comes from various ethnic groups. For the research instruments, there are 3 ways where number 1 is the questionnaire, where the student has to fill out from the very first meeting of the semester, and the same questionnaire it was implemented again at the end of it to see the changes based on what kind of expectation that the students has. The second one is a review of the DE 0 to 3 continuous assessment result reports as well as the observation notes. Here comes the research analysis and the findings. A descriptive analysis was conducted involving the frequency and percentage to determine both of it for the demographic profile of the study. And table 1 above showed that a total of 34 students were male and 113 students were female according to the gender. And the data also showed that 129 students were Malays and 18 of them were students of other ethnicities from Sabah and Sarawak. Alright, for the questionnaire form analysis, we are about to find 3 different things. The first one is to test the mean difference between the 2 groups. The second one is to test the correlation. And the third one is to test the correlation. And it is all reflected to all 3 research questions that have been informed earlier. An independent t-test analysis was conducted for the first research question, and table 2 here displayed that there was no significant difference of students' expectations on DE 0 to 3 continuous assessment achievements at the end of the semester based on gender, with a value of T 0.297 and significant is 0.767, with P is more than 0.05. In terms of mean, it showed that male students have higher expectations of achievement than female students. This indicates that the null hypothesis 1 failed to be rejected, and it means that there was no significant difference of students' expectations on the CA achievement at the end of the semester between male and the female students. For the second research questions above, a Pearson correlation analysis was chosen to be conducted. And table 3 showed that there was no significant correlation between the students' expectations on DE 0 to 3 continuous assessment achievements with the concerns about the course at the end of the semester, with a value of R 0.028 and significance 0.739, with the P is more than 0.05. This indicates that the null hypothesis 2 has failed to be rejected again. By this, it means that there is no significant correlation between the students' expectations on the CA achievement with the concerns about the DE 0 to 3 course at the end of the semester. A Spearman correlation analysis was conducted for the third research question, and table 4 showed here that there was a significant correlation between the students' expectations on DE 0 to 3 CA achievements with the expected CA grade of the course at the end of the semester, with a value of R 0.828 and the significance is 0.000, with the P is less than 0.05. The strength level of this correlation is positive and very strong. It means the more students put a high expectations on the DE 0 to 3 continuous assessment achievement, the higher the CA grade expectation for the course would be. Therefore, it is shown that the null hypothesis 3 is rejected. The summary is that many students had expressed their concerns and discomfort feelings regarding the new norms of online learning that they have to undergo. Besides that, most students and educators, they are still trying to familiarize themselves with the new norms of digital learning with the recent education system with the use of communication tools and technology which has been optimally used in the teaching and learning process. In terms of the students concerned about the course in digital learning, it's not too worrying because they were well versed in using such technological tools. The most worried issue is that the expectations of the grade achievement of the course at the end of the semester, due to some of the students said that they have difficulty to focus and understand the content, and it is proven that students are very concerned about their achievement at the end of the semester. In conclusion, the findings showed that there was no significant difference in students' expectations of the DE 0 to 3 CA achievement at the end of the semester based on gender. In addition, the study also presented that there was no significant correlation between the students' expectations on DE 0 to 3 CA achievements with the concerns about the DE 0 to 3 course at the end of the semester. However, there was a significant correlation between the students' expectations on the course achievement with the expected CA grade of the course at the end of the semester. That's all from me. Thank you.